Hello, passionate Celtic FC fans. This is Celtic Central News, your exclusive source for Celtic updates. Before we kick off, we appreciate the incredible support. If you love Celtic, subscribe now, hit like, and let's build this community together. Now, onto the latest news. A warm welcome to new subscribers. Your support is crucial. Hail, hail. The buzz around Scottish football just got louder as whispers of Callum Wilson's potential move to Celtic begin to circulate like wildfire, sending shivers down the spines of rivals and igniting fiery debates among supporters across the country. Wilson, a proven Premier League striker renowned for his clinical finishing and instinctive positioning, has long been a subject of speculation whenever transfer windows open. But the idea of him donning the iconic green and white hoops seems almost too tantalizing to ignore. The Celtic faithful, ever eager for marquee signings that can change the course of domestic dominance, are reportedly buzzing at the thought of a player of Wilson's caliber stepping onto the pitch at Celtic Park. Rumors suggest that negotiations have been quietly ongoing, with key figures in Wilson's camp exploring the possibilities of Scottish football as a new stage for the forward to showcase his talents. Analysts, pundits, and fans alike are dissecting every snippet of information, trying to determine whether this is mere conjecture or the beginning of a seismic shift in the transfer landscape. It's the kind of story that spreads like wildfire on social media, with speculation becoming almost indistinguishable from reality as insiders drop cryptic hints about the player's intentions, training schedules, and even potential first appearances, making the excitement almost tangible as anticipation mounts. Celtic's management has been notoriously strategic in their recruitment, often balancing homegrown talent with high-profile acquisitions, and the idea of Wilson entering that mix fuels endless debate about tactics, formations, and the potential impact on the Scottish Premiership. Some insiders argue that Wilson's arrival could instantly elevate Celtic's offensive threat, offering a natural goal-scoring outlet that complements the club's style of play. Yet others caution that Premier League stars don't always transition seamlessly to Scottish football, highlighting physicality, pace, and differing tactical approaches as factors that could challenge even the most accomplished striker. Social media platforms are awash with fan speculation, memes, and heated discussions, reflecting the cultural phenomenon surrounding a transfer that, if confirmed, could dominate headlines for months. Meanwhile, rival clubs are reportedly monitoring the situation with a mixture of concern and intrigue, aware that Celtic's recruitment choices often send ripple effects through the league, forcing competitors to rethink strategies and potential countermeasures. The transfer market itself thrives on such uncertainty, where rumors, leaks, and insider chatter often escalate into full-blown stories before any official confirmation. Journalists and bloggers are combing every tweet, press release, and local newspaper snippet for clues, feeding the frenzy as supporters imagine scenarios, goals, and iconic moments that Wilson could create in green and white, turning what might have been a routine signing into a moment of near-mythical anticipation, where every detail is scrutinized, amplified, and celebrated as part of the club's ever-evolving narrative. Speculation about Wilson's salary, contract length, and potential bonuses has only added fuel to the fire, with whispers suggesting that Celtic are prepared to offer a deal that reflects his Premier League pedigree while balancing financial prudence. The conversation extends beyond the pitch, touching on marketing potential, fan engagement, and even international profile, as high-profile signings often translate into increased visibility, merchandise sales, and brand value for clubs that are constantly seeking global recognition. Sports analysts have pointed out that Wilson's arrival could signal a new era of ambition for Celtic, hinting that the club is determined not just to dominate domestically, but to make meaningful strides in European competitions. The narrative isn't just about goals and assists. It's about strategy, vision, and the intricate web of football politics that surround high-profile transfers. Fans imagine the roar of Celtic Park, chants echoing down the terraces, and Wilson at the center of moments that could define an era, each image more tantalizing than the last. Rumors suggest informal meetings have occurred between representatives, touching on clauses, release fees, and performance targets, though nothing has been officially disclosed, keeping the suspense at fever pitch. Podcasts, YouTube channels, and fan forums are overflowing with speculation, each platform contributing its own spin, sometimes contradictory, sometimes eerily prescient, creating a narrative that is as much a cultural phenomenon as it is a sporting one, with every snippet analyzed and every development eagerly anticipated by a fanbase hungry for headlines and historic moments. Insiders hint at a timeline that could see Wilson in Glasgow ahead of the next fixture, with preliminary medicals, interviews, and perhaps even fan-facing events being quietly discussed. The subtle movements behind closed doors, from travel arrangements to unofficial meetings with coaching staff, suggest that if the deal is genuine, Celtic are orchestrating a meticulously planned introduction rather than a rushed announcement. Rival supporters are divided between cynicism and envy, aware that such a signing could dramatically alter competitive dynamics in the league, forcing teams to reassess their defensive tactics against a striker renowned for intelligent movement and lethal finishing. Pundits weigh in on the broader implications, noting that Wilson's style could synergize with Celtic's current midfield setup, creating combinations and attacking fluidity that has the potential to terrorize opposition defenses. Meanwhile, betting markets and odds are subtly shifting, reflecting the undercurrent of speculation, with cautious optimism translating into measurable financial indicators. Fan communities are alive with mock lineups, highlight reels, and projections, each interaction reinforcing the sense that this story is not just a transfer. It's a cultural event, a narrative unfolding in real time where every leak, every rumor, every whispered suggestion contributes to a collective imagination imagining Wilson's boots on Celtic's hallowed turf. Hints of personal motivations, lifestyle considerations, and career ambitions have also entered the discourse, with some suggesting that Wilson sees Celtic not just as a stepping stone, but as an opportunity to cement a legacy, challenge himself in new ways, and experience football in a different environment. This aspect adds a human element to the speculation, transforming the narrative from pure statistics and tactics into a story about a player, his journey, and the personal decisions that shape a career. Journalists speculate on timing, potential hurdles, and the involvement of agents, all of which add layers to the narrative, enriching the drama and giving fans plenty to dissect and debate. Every rumor, no matter how minor, is magnified, dissected, and shared across forums, podcasts, and social media platforms, reinforcing a culture where anticipation becomes as significant as confirmation, and where the excitement generated by potential transfers rivals that of actual on-field triumphs. Analysts are quick to emphasize the broader implications for the club's domestic ambitions, European aspirations, and the ongoing battle for recognition in Scottish football, making Wilson's possible arrival a lens through which strategy, legacy, and identity are all interrogated. The storyline is layered, combining footballing analysis, fan emotion, and media speculation into a seamless narrative, creating a buzz that is as much about conversation, imagination, and expectation as it is about the player himself. Discussions have even ventured into historical comparisons, drawing parallels with past Celtic signings who left indelible marks on the club's history, and pondering whether Wilson could join the ranks of iconic strikers remembered for generations. The atmosphere surrounding this rumor is intense, almost cinematic, where each development is treated like a scene in a dramatic unfolding story, with supporters, pundits, and media outlets contributing dialogue, analysis, and speculation in real time. Some suggest that early signs point to an imminent announcement, though the careful orchestration behind the scenes means that nothing is confirmed, and this uncertainty is precisely what fuels the feverish excitement. Tactical analysts predict shifts in formation, playing style, and attacking options, imagining how Wilson's attributes, speed, finishing, intelligent positioning, could unlock previously untapped potential within Celtic's squad. Social media continues to amplify each minor hint, while rival fans attempt to debunk or downplay the narrative, creating a dynamic interplay between hope, doubt, and speculation that defines modern football discourse. As whispers of training sessions, friendly appearances, and tentative signings circulate, the sense of anticipation builds, transforming a single rumor into a full-blown footballing event that captures the imagination of a fanbase always hungry for the next big story, the next legend, and the next chapter in Celtic's ongoing saga of ambition, triumph, and identity. As the speculation around Callum Wilson's potential arrival at Celtic intensifies, whispers about training routines, diet adjustments, and acclimatization to Scottish weather have begun to surface, painting a picture of a meticulous behind-the-scenes process. Insiders claim that every detail is being carefully managed, from travel logistics to early meetings with coaching staff, in a way that suggests Celtic are preparing not just a player, but a spectacle. Fan forums and social media platforms are alive with imaginative scenarios, as supporters debate which position Wilson will occupy, how he will link with existing forwards, and whether his Premier League-honed instincts will translate seamlessly into the high-tempo, physical nature of Scottish football. Analysts dissect minute details, from past performance statistics to off-pitch professionalism, projecting potential outcomes across domestic and European competitions. Meanwhile, rival clubs reportedly monitor developments with a mix of apprehension and curiosity, understanding that a striker of Wilson's caliber could instantly alter league dynamics and force defensive recalibrations. The narrative, rich with conjecture and insider hints, has taken on a life of its own, becoming more than a transfer story. It's a cultural phenomenon, a spectacle of imagination where every subtle movement, every leaked report, every cryptic tweet fuels collective anticipation. Fans imagine him sprinting down the wing, breaking defensive lines, netting decisive goals, and turning Celtic Park into a theater of almost mythic moments, where rumor becomes anticipation and anticipation fuels myth. Before we proceed, subscribe to our channel and enable notifications to receive all exclusive news about Celtic FC. Don't miss any details about your favorite team. It's extremely important for Celtic FC fans. Speculation has even extended to managerial strategy, with debates around how Celtic could adapt formations to maximize Wilson's impact dominating discussions. Some pundits suggest a shift to a more central striking focus, allowing him to exploit spaces between defenders, while others predict intricate rotations with wingers and attacking midfielders, creating a dynamic fluidity that could perplex opposition defenses. Enthusiasts analyze his previous Premier League goals, breaking down movement patterns, timing, and finishing techniques, imagining how these skills could be integrated into Celtic's tactical framework. Each rumor, each subtle leak, becomes a piece of the puzzle, contributing to a vivid mental picture of how the squad could evolve with Wilson in the fold. Even casual supporters are drawn into the conversation, debating shirt numbers, goal celebrations, and potential highlight reels that could define a season. Meanwhile, media outlets feed the frenzy, offering expert commentary, speculative interviews, and even mock lineups, reinforcing the perception that this is not just a transfer, but a story with cinematic potential. The combination of anticipation, tactical analysis, and fan imagination creates an environment where every whisper about Wilson's next move becomes a headline, every hint a spark, and every scenario a possible reality that fuels conversation, excitement, and rivalry in equal measure, highlighting the cultural impact of a single player potentially stepping into Celtic's storied history. The commercial implications of Wilson's potential move have also captured attention, with insiders hinting at merchandising opportunities, international exposure, and increased ticket demand. The prospect of a Premier League caliber striker in the Scottish Premiership is seen not just as a sporting coup, but as a branding triumph, capable of attracting global attention, boosting sponsorships, and energizing fan engagement. Analysts speculate that his presence could elevate Celtic's visibility in European competitions, translating into enhanced prestige and influence across multiple markets. The narrative extends beyond football, touching on economics, media strategy, and marketing, as stakeholders calculate potential returns, visibility metrics, and fan sentiment. Social media buzz fuels this cycle, with every post, meme, and commentary amplifying excitement, speculation, and debate. Even minor developments, training glimpses, public statements, or ambiguous photos spark waves of commentary and analysis, demonstrating how intertwined modern football culture is with media, speculation, and fan imagination. The combination of sporting potential, cultural anticipation, and commercial opportunity transforms the simple act of signing a player into a complex, multi-layered event where rumor, expectation, and imagination blend seamlessly to create an atmosphere of suspense, excitement, an almost palpable energy surrounding Celtic and Callum Wilson. Pundits and insiders are also focusing on potential challenges, discussing how Wilson might adapt to a new league, weather conditions, and physicality levels. While his Premier League experience suggests a high degree of readiness, Scottish football presents unique obstacles, including faster transitions, intense rivalries, and passionate home-and-away atmospheres that can test even seasoned professionals. Analysts examine historical precedents, comparing past signings who struggled initially and those who flourished, seeking clues about adaptation curves, injury risks, and tactical integration. Meanwhile, fan imagination fills gaps left by speculation, creating narratives of triumphant debuts, spectacular goals, and dramatic turning points that could define the season. Training reports, whispers of meetings with fitness coaches, and tentative glimpses of trial sessions contribute to the ongoing narrative, reinforcing a sense of anticipation and drama that has little to do with confirmed facts and everything to do with shared excitement. The anticipation feeds itself, with supporters, pundits, and social media influencers perpetuating a cycle of rumor, reaction, and reinterpretation. Celtic's approach appears strategic, ensuring that every announcement, hint, and gesture maximizes impact, generating sustained media attention, fan engagement, and competitive speculation, all while maintaining a sense of suspense that keeps the narrative alive, immersive, and continuously evolving in the minds of a passionate audience eager for the next revelation, the next goal, and the next iconic moment in the club's unfolding story. Hello, fan. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as it means a lot to Celtic FC. Also, share your opinion about the news in the comments below. See you in the next video.